One of the most difficult things for a web designer when starting their business is how they can actually go about generating new meetings or booked calls and acquire new customers. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you an insight into my journey and how I was able to get from 0 to 6 figures in less than 12 months and where my efforts lay in the early stages of starting my business, which allowed me to acquire new customers quickly. And later in the video, I'll share with you how the efforts that I took early on in the business has transitioned into a more organic, natural approach, which means that we have customers or leads and inquiries coming to us on a regular basis that requires much less effort than it did do in the early stages. So if you want to see what that looks like, I recommend you sticking around to the end. So without further ado, let's dive onto the screen and I'll show you what this breakdown and where our efforts were on the early stages of our business. So on screen, I've got a pie chart, okay, and you can see that it's pretty evenly split. All right, and this is how I would generate booked calls within the first 6 to 12 months of my business. Okay, a lot of my time and my energy and my effort was spent trying to generate booked meetings using these three approaches, okay, and it was a clear even split between the three of them, like literally 33%, you could say. I would go through the process of finding leads, building my lead list, and then once I had my leads, I would email them, I would offer them a Loom, I would then contact them on social media via direct message, and this can be done either on LinkedIn, this can be done on Facebook, and it can be done on Instagram. What I do recommend though is figuring out where your target audience is hanging out. Once I'd sent them a social DM, we'd then later, 2 days later in fact, we would pick up the phone and give them a call. Okay, and the process kind of looked a little bit like we would send them an email picking out a potential problem that we've identified on their website, or we would just offer them a free Loom or an audit of some sort. And we would also send that message via social direct message as well. Okay, so we'd hit them from 2 different locations. Now what we would also do is pick up the phone and give them a call and just check that they've received our email, okay? And the email is the way in. It was kind of our hook. It meant that we were not necessarily coming across as a spammy cold caller because we were calling the business owner about an email. Okay, now when you get started, you have to focus on, this manual outreach because you have no brand, you have no audience, you have very little people discovering you at all. When you're getting started, that is, okay? So that's why you have to undergo this manual process of emailing people, direct messaging them, even cold calling them, okay? It is a fairly painful process, I won't lie. It requires resilience and it requires time, patience. But if you can find that time, patience and resilience, like you will get there, you will start generating results, you will book meetings and you will acquire new customers, which means that you don't have to rely on this forever. Okay, you have an opportunity to build something that's called a personal brand, okay, and you can establish yourself as a business. You are a business owner, you have to establish your brand, your personal brand, your business brand, and establish your business as a business. As time goes on and you start doing those things, that's when the tables will turn, okay? So when you're utilizing these cold outreach methods in the early stages of your business, if you can build a brand, a personal brand, and establish your business as a credible business, okay, the tables will turn. And for me, things did change, and I don't see why it wouldn't for you as well. And what's happened now is we have a completely different way of which we acquire customers. Okay, it utilizes a more organic approach. So the way that this looks for us now, after 2 years in business, this is how we are generating most of our inquiries and booking our calls. Okay, you can see that the large side here, we are using our website, okay, and we've got SEO. So we put a lot of time and effort into optimizing our website to rank higher for given towns, locations, our own local city. And now we get inquiries, we get traffic coming to the website, and we have people booking calls with us using our Calendly form, our booking form on our website. Okay, that's where most of our bookings come from at the moment. Then you can see on the purple side, we also have YouTube. Okay, you're watching this on YouTube. A lot of our potential customers are watching this on YouTube as well, watching the content that I personally create. And as a result of that, they have got in touch and booked calls with us because they've seen a piece of my content. So this YouTube has become our second sort of best generator for leads. So we've got our website, we've got YouTube. They are 2 very organic ways of generating inquiries. Okay, we have people discovering us via Google, coming to our website and booking calls. We have people discovering me on YouTube, booking calls, and we also have referrals. Okay, again, a very organic approach. Now, when you build your business and you become more established, you're servicing more customers, and more importantly, you're doing a good job, then people talk. Okay, people are going to refer their other business friends, maybe even their family members that are running a business, to you because you've generated good results for them. Okay, so referral is our third best way that we are generating new business within our business these days. And you can see here that these three options here, so we've got social media, emailing, and cold calls. Like, that's a very small percentage of the way that we now generate leads. Okay, we don't actually do a lot of cold calling. Okay, we don't send many email direct messages. We don't send many emails outbound anymore, and we send only a small amount of direct messaging out as well because we don't need to. Okay, we're relying more on these organic methods. Now, don't get me wrong, this is where we're at right now. We are looking at scaling this side back up, but in a way that is automated and doesn't take time from me. Okay, there are ways that you can automate this within business. We're exploring that now. We could be utilizing VAs. There's software that allows you to send emails in mass on an automated way. And cold calls, I don't know where that's going to sit in the future, but ultimately you can see it's such a small percentage that we really don't need to be doing that now as a business. So you can see how this has transitioned from all of our efforts being quite largely on cold calling, on emailing, and on direct messaging through social media. And this is what I recommend you do when you get started. Okay, there's not really much way around it these days. You have to go through the trenches and basically go through the pain of trying to acquire customers. Okay, you're going to learn a lot doing these three things. Okay, you're going to get better at writing and sending emails. It's going to be building confidence. You're going to get better at direct messaging on social media and having those conversations. And more importantly, you're going to get better on the phone. Okay, cold calling is a daunting task for the most part. Okay, especially for me as an introvert. Cold calling was scary as hell. All right, but it worked. Okay, these three things running simultaneously allow me to get to six figures in less. I think it was 9 months roughly. Okay, going from nothing to six figures in England was honestly for me amazing. It was great for my business, great for my life, and I know that it would be for you as well. So that's the point of this video here. I just want to share with you, if you're looking at this and thinking, oh my God, I've got to cold call all the time, I've got to email, and I've got to social media direct message for the rest of my life, that's not the case. Okay, build a business, build a personal brand, and you could end up with something that looks similar to this. Okay, inquiries coming through to your website, inquiries coming through via YouTube. It could be that you use another platform to build an audience. You could use TikTok, you could use Instagram. Okay, it just so happens that for me, putting my efforts into YouTube meant that that's now where a lot of the leads do come from. Okay, do good work and you'll get referrals. And then these three things, they could still work for you. It might be that a lot of your efforts are no longer needed for these because you're generating enough inbound inquiries for your business to be sustainable. Okay, so I hope you found that valuable, and it really shows you where your efforts need to be in the early stages of your business. And if you focus on more organic approaches, how you can then transition away from those early stages, the manual approach, the cold calling, the cold DMing, the cold emailing, and transition to something more organic and more beneficial for you in terms of saving your time and acquiring new customers with ease. So hopefully you have found this valuable. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already as well. And there's also an end screen coming up anywhere now with more valuable content for you. So make sure that you go and check that out as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.